Hello, my name's Andrea Sturges and I'm the General Manager for Kennerley Children's Homes. Vicarious trauma happens when someone is exposed to another's trauma. I also believe that people that are attracted to the nature of this work at times can have their own trauma, and I think that a high number of the population have their own trauma stories of one type or another. And I think, given that ongoing trauma of exposure to trauma, someone else's, plus having your own, plus not having adequate coping mechanisms, can sometimes lead to a perfect storm where a person's addiction is hard to break. One of the things that I wanted to role model to clients that we work with that are vulnerable, to foster carers that we work with, and most especially to children, was that we don't smoke. That smoking is not an effective way of coping. That in fact it damages us. And so it was really important for me that when they visited children, they weren't seen standing smoking outside. The carers understood that they weren't to smoke in the house or the car, that we would consider this a harmful behaviour. And so the reason of focusing on our staff at first was making them the most resilient, their best selves, and then best able to manage the stress, best able to role model how to manage the stress in an adaptive way, and giving them things like breathing exercises, mindful exercises. So I was hoping that the work that we were doing with them would then reverberate across into our client group, and that they would see us leading the charge in being healthy about how we manage stress and trauma. Cigarette smoking is expensive. To ask someone to buy the smokes and also the things to help them stop smoking is difficult. If people don't earn lots of money, they'll make a choice, and I think that if they're offered those devices, whichever one they want, that's got to be a start. I think too that there needs to be a really targeted primary health campaign that actually helps people to understand just how bad smoking is for them. I think that children might be a good way to do that, because the children and young people that I know and meet are very clever, and I think if they were to send their message to their mum or dad that they want them to be around, would be a very good way to start. It would be good to have some kind of recommendations about how other community service organisations could start this quitting journey. And I would suggest that they partner with TASCOS. In fact, together we can do far better, calling each other to action, reaching out and talking to Quit Tassie, looking for ways to do it together to share the cost, including advertising. And I think that pretty much the state government could step in and assist with that too. And I look forward to a sector that leaves people not feeling alienated or targeted, but feeling supported to do the right thing for their health.